What's up, everybody? This is That Brown Bat back for No Mod Mondays. We missed a week, didn't we? And I have no idea where the file is. Where the save file is for what I was building before. I don't know if I still have it, but nevertheless, that was completed anyway, and I have an idea. We're back to Pammy's apartment, and Pammy's apartment is we're just going to build off Pammy's apartment. So what I'm going to do is go up to building set 5, and we're just going to build stuff. No rhyme or reason, but what I'm going to do particularly, there is a rhyme or reason. The tutorial today is we're building a R2-D2 style building, and I say R2-D2 because it's cylinder, but we need building group 5 first, because we're gonna just build a bridge off this, and this is of course totally based on the upper parts of Coruscant. Now if we want this to go down a bit, what we're gonna do is we'll take a short platform and then we'll get some stairs in a second. Stairs are 2 blocks wide. Then we'll just drop that down like that. And I'm trying to think here. We want to drop that down again? No, that'll be good. I don't want to overdo it. And then just extend this out like so. Now we could do it like this and have the stairs go inside it. It doesn't matter. If you're going off of a map, it matters. But we're not going off of a map, so that's good. All right, so let's go get our upside down ramp pieces and right here. And we're just going to theme these white. Probably going the wrong way. Nope, we went the right way. And we're just gonna go in here like this, like that. And then we want stairs to go in here. So let's get stairs. And we want the stairs to go like that. But they don't work. Now, if you're going console, if I'm not mistaken, the console versions, you can just use a path creator and get this thing out of the way. So we need a replayer. Stick that down. All right, record. When I get this on the recorder, come on. And then we want to clear that and hit record again. 1, 2, 3. Hit clear and hit reverse playback. See if that works. Perfect. All right, I'm done with that. And now let's go back to building set 5. And is that far enough? Maybe it's far enough. Let's not go to building set 5. Let's take some pieces here and build another platform. How big do we want the platform? So normally what we can do, see where we have 4 of these? We can combine or consolidate, I guess. Whoops, not with that. Oh my goodness, don't you like it when the camera just does whatever it wants? This is what I'm looking for, isn't it? I think. Yep, yes, that is what I'm looking for. So now we have 2 of those. Does that equal one of these? Oh, why sure it does. All right, so it depends on how thin you want the platforms too. That's another thing. If you want the platforms, if you don't mind them being thick like that, then go for it. I'm trying to think on my big mod, I use all thin ones, I think. I don't know. It depends. I want to put it back to normal just to make it easier for my brain to work, but you can do that. I just wanted to throw that out there. That's one of the things that you would do if you were saving space. If you're like, where do I consolidate? I need this. I need something small. And then you would do that. It's one of the things you can do is make them thicker. Doesn't take up extra space. What takes up extra space is more pieces. And for this one, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same width. So let's try this. Let's make it long like that. And let's go back to building set 2. Actually, we're going to building set 2, and we want the round pieces, not these ones, not the wedge. We want piece 7. All right, and now let's put that, well, find out how big it's going to be. And that seems like it's going to be good. Now, if you want to go around the building, then I suggest you maybe put it here, but I'm going to say we can just, if we want to go around the building, we can just build more platform behind this, if that's a thing. But what we're going to do is we're going to go up, I don't know, 4. Is 4 enough? I think 4 is enough. This is the general consensus or concept behind it. And get the round piece. What we're going to do, we're not going to leave it on top like that. We're going to stick it in here, right, using a replayer. But with that being said, there is no way to get inside this building. Now, if you don't care about accessing your buildings, then leave it be. But some people, like myself, like to have a sense of reality going on here. And since the Tatooine buildings, which would be good, but they're definitely made of adobe or sand or something like that, that is not going to sit well with myself. So if you find the library, That's pretty big. So if the library being that big, it's probably not gonna, that'll hide it. We want, number one, we want the door poking out, and we want the book hidden. So what we want this to go in the right distance, and I think that'll be good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring this down so it's out of the way. That being said as well, we're gonna bring this up a bit. So I have to do some more measurements here by eye measuring, which is definitely not what they taught us in art class. If you remember, use a ruler, use a ruler, use a ruler, and I didn't use a ruler, and now all my drawings are lopsided. All right, so it's gonna be like that. But what we want essentially is to make it so we definitely have some of these poking out up on top. So it's not just the library with a dome on top. That'll be good. All right, let's get a replayer, and the majority of this here is going to be wiped out, or it's going to be on a replayer, but we're going to have to wipe it out right now, just so the building, Coruscant building can fit in here. All right, that should be good enough for now. Go to record. It's just easier to start over from new than to select each individual piece. That's why I did that. It's easier and quicker. And when we get to the end, hopefully it looks right. Otherwise, we're going to have issues. Hit clear. All right. Oh, hit record. And then go back down. Hopefully we are lined up. Put it right like that. Hit clear. See if this will come in without having to use a trigger area. All right. How about reverse playback? Oh, it didn't get the bottom. All right. Get the trigger area. And let's see if we can just bring this in last. Regular playback. Bam! There we go. All right. And now I have to line this puppy up on top. This need to find out. Actually, you know what? Since that's already in the replayer, I can just delete these. All right, like that. Hit record and bring this down one. Hit record. Is it recording? It is. And let's just go up here. I don't think I can get it with the wand. Pop that down all around. Hit clear. Hit playback. Yeah, we're gonna need this. I'm gonna leave that one there, of course. Just put that up there. Why didn't they come in? They should have come in. Oh, all right. Let's see if I can get back far enough. Let me bring this over here so I'm not walking back and forth. Play. What? Clear. Oh my goodness. You know, those top pieces weren't on the replayer. Oh boy. All right, let's try that. They should have been. I don't know. Maybe only that one piece was there. Hopefully, I didn't double it up, but if I remember correctly, those top pieces weren't on the replayer. Only that corner piece was. There we go. That's right. I left them there when I deleted the whole thing because I needed them to line up. There we go. Now, having this just up on top by itself is kind of lonely. So let's get something that can act as a tower that's not going to poke out of the sides. You can use this. That's going to be too wide, but you can get away with that if you want. I want something that, I know. Let's go back to Tomorrowland. I want something that's just subtle, but not ridiculously huge. I'm not a fan of that, but I have an idea. Oh, you know what? I can just stick this up on top. I can stick that up on top. However you want it. Probably not that, but I can do something. Oops. I can do something. What are you doing? All right. Okay. I encountered a glitch where it allowed me to put that on top, but these really don't go up on top, do they? They hover right above it in real life. So that was a glitch I encountered, which allowed me a half step. I don't know how I did that, but whatever. We're going to have to whatever we put up here, we're gonna actually have to put in the replayer to go down. But I was thinking we could do something like this and have these special kind of tower. That's gonna. All right, so let's not do that. Hang on, let me find a right tower. I'm not a fan of these things. Those are too big. All right, how about we put this on top and cram it in here this much. All right, so I'm gonna go down. Oh wait, hold on. Ooh, how about we cram this in here? All right, do we want to go this way? It's not gonna matter. All right, so that is how many from where I'm gonna set this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so it's gonna go down 6 from there. Clear. Record. Get it? Can we get it? Can we get it? Can we get it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that, and see if it works. Hit clear. Playback, and there is our peak. Okay, so what if we want to change this building to an R2-D2 type Art Deco thing? You know how in real life people have buildings made out of weird things or made to resemble weird things. Well, let's try it. What happens if we go to building set 2 again and get some more of the Tomorrowland pieces? And we'll start off with the building part piece 5. And we'll set this right in the middle, but not all the way up to the top. And to make sure this lines up, we're going to need the window columns, and make sure you get the seam going whatever way you want it to go. Me, I'm going to have it go in, but we want it to go all the way to the bottom. That is correct. And the same thing on the back side. We're just gonna do it like that, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and we're going to have to redo all this on a replayer because we're going to want side doors. Kind of weird to have a building without side doors, right? And we want that in the inside. You can have it on the outside if you want. Just make sure you stay consistent. All right, and then a little bit of his feet. A little bit of his feet. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. All right, so let's not use those for feet. Let's use the other ramps for feet. So piece 1, I guess that'll be fine. And there we go. And you can leave it like that, but I'm going to stick another library over here and another library over here. And we have some hang off on the back, so we're just gonna build out our backside here like that. And we also have access to these corners, and that will be perfect. Okay, now we should be done with these trigger areas so far where we're at. So I'm going to get rid of that trigger area just as long as we don't break anything that we've already established. Yeah, and I'm going to select the replayer here, grab it, and just move it to make it a brand new replayer. Then I'm going to get building set 5 and get the library again and find out how far in this is going to have to go. So right here, it's going to go right here. So what I'm going to do, how far up? Pretty much it's going to be the entire leg area, but it's going to engulf in it. So I have to get the entire leg. Oh, the entire building, everything. So this is where I should have left that replayer there. All right, so I'm going to reload it where my save is and rebuild this thing on a replayer. The whole thing. You see everything's red? Everything needs to go. So in order to get the doors in there, I shouldn't have reset that replayer. So I'm just going to load where the last save was. All right, let me set my theme here, Frosted White World. Go down the ladder or stairs. All right, hit clear. Right? Hit playback. Make sure it all plays back. Sometimes these replayers, you know, I don't trust them. Let's put it that way. All right. So what am I going to do? I'm going to hit record on this and record more pieces. Those replayers have a limit. I don't know what the limit is, but there is a limit. And once you reach the limit, of course, things will have issues. All right. So where do we want the inside or outside? Last time I did it inside. Is it going to matter? It doesn't matter. Let's get our shoulders in here first so I don't have problems with things lining up incorrectly. So remember, it was all the way up top and then drop half down or one step down, and same thing over here, just like that. And then find the window columns. Yeah, I'm gonna say in. Now what if, will that work? No, that won't work. That won't work. So it's on the inside, just like that, and flip it over for the left and do that. Okay, and then the feet. Now technically you can do this on both sides if you want, but I think we're going to only have feet on the front. Then let me hit stop. Go to building group 5 and the library. We're just going to line that up again. It's got to be in the middle. Don't want it too far back. Just want the door poking out. I think we're good. I think that's good. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to try the first one. Hit clear. Hit record. Just bring that up to the floor. Hit stop or hit clear and hit playback. And let's just see if the door is perfect. Perfect! Now, of course, when you're up close, you're like, what is this thing? Then you start flying around. It's like, wow, that's an R2 unit. Does he have AI? All right, bring that the same way down. All right, let's hit clear. All right, we're gonna need another one of these. We'll put it in after we get our library lined up. Just bring that up to the floor, just like that. Just gonna hit stop for a second. You don't want these trigger areas on the replayer. They will not share the, they won't share the property once they replay. And sometimes they glitch out and it leaves the diamond there and you can't get rid of it. So that's weird, but that's why you don't want to ever put the replayers on or the trigger areas on a replayer. And I'll hit clear and I'll hit playback and everything should load in. Here comes the legs. the feet. All right, we got one on one side and one on the other. And if you wanted to, you can put one on the back, but we're not going to have a back entrance, only the sides. And then we'll just extend the floor out like we did before and get the terrain corner like that. And then you can just put your decorations down. And what I use for decorations is the Tomorrowland theme. So if you don't have the disc, then you can't use this particular theme. Console, you don't need the discs. I mean, on PC, you don't need the discs. You can just go in and get it from the menu. The only caveat to the PC, of course, is you don't have the additional, you don't have the Finding Dory theme, you don't have the Alice in Wonderland time theme, and you don't have, there's another one, it eludes me right now, but I think there's 3 of them that you don't have access to because it was never brought over into the game. All right, so if I set that here and do not change everything and go to, we want plants, fantasy terrain 1, and this is where a lot of your resources is going to be eaten up. So if you don't mind having your resources eaten up, then use these. And of course, I did the trick in the last episode and how to get the merge, and I'll just do that right quick here. And you don't want to do this, you want to make sure that if you're doing this, you don't have multiple styles of pieces because that will get into lots of frustration. I'm not going to put this all around, just at the corners, I guess, right now. You could also use a replayer on these. I don't want to, I think we're done with this. I'm going to save it in case I mess up and say, oh, I needed to put that back on a replayer, but I don't want to, let me just get another replayer. But sometimes these things cross-contaminate and you get another replayer down and you record and you delete, and it'll delete stuff off the other replayer. And that is why I don't trust these fully, but I think I'm done with that. And so there's no way that I can encounter that glitch now because I just deleted it, and I can hit record on that. And all I really have to do for these is just set the theme here, and I can clear it out, right, and hit record again, and then bring another one in. On that, yep, have it lined up perfectly like that. Hit clear and hit play, and like with anything else, if it doesn't rightly come in. Now this doesn't work with all the pieces sometimes, or that doesn't work with all the themes. Sometimes you actually have to theme it something different on the replayer in order to get it to work on the replayer. It's messed up. So now we have a gap here because we put this in the middle, and if I take another one of these and bring that over here, it's going to be like that. Now I could merge this in here, but we already have some Z fighting going on at the corners, and I don't, we don't want to have Z fighting if we don't have to have it. So I'm just going to build a little doohickey here that I call, I don't know what I call it. Pick a name. All right, but I'm going to have iron rivets. Iron rivets for these, and this just works for sci-fi stuff. You don't have to do this. I mean, it's kind of, well, we're going to want it to go over just a little bit. So I think these share the properties to merge. Nope, they do not. So what am I going to do? Well, that replayer is still there, so I'm going to hit clear. All right, and I'm going to hit record, and I'm just going to bring these over halfway, and it's just these 2 pieces right there. I don't need all of it on the replayer. Clear it out. Now, if this doesn't work, we can always use path creators, but it worked, so we're good. And then I'm going to get a dome, a full dome, and I'm going to theme that top part to hologram. Boom, there we go. And we're going to do that on the other side probably, but that is how I fill in those gaps when they don't line up. Just invent something totally new. Now, those cracks right there can be taken care of if you fill them in with the short walls. But the thing is, when you're building a city, you're going to have a lot of these, so get used to having cracks like that and just pretend they're not there. You wouldn't have noticed it if I didn't tell you, but you can fill those in with a replayer or a path creator if you want, and there will not be any Z fighting, providing that you keep it pretty much the same theme as the base, which in this case would be iron rivets. All right, so that is that. We now have an R2-D2 style building in the world of Pammy's apartment. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you click the bell so you know when I post new videos, and as always, hit the thumbs up. And as always, remember that you don't have to have mods to be awesome. So, until next time, this has been That Brown Bat, and I'm signing out, reminding you to keep on building.